For every moment you spend overthinking, you could be creating, you could be exploring, and you could be growing. That amazing idea that you have in your head that's getting more and more perfect every day is also becoming more and more impossible every day that you wait. So it's important for that idea that you create it, that you manifest it, that you put it out into the world. In this video, I'm going to talk about why INFPs struggle with creativity and why they get stuck and what you can do about it. Hey, I'm Matt Sherman. I'm an INFP. I help coach INFPs and do hypnosis, got a bunch of courses, and I spend a lot of time thinking about why INFPs get stuck in their own ways because, one, I'm an INFP and I have been stuck in my own ways before, but also because I get a lot of questions about it. And this video is coming off the back of a question that somebody had about having all these amazing ideas and being really creative, but then stopping themselves, sabotaging themselves, keeping themselves stuck, and not actually doing anything with all these amazing ideas. You know, that book that you've been planning for 10 years? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. One reason why we often get stuck is because our personality type is an intuitive type, and it's specifically extroverted intuition. So what that does is it explores different possibilities. It seeks different opportunities. It has this like firework explosion of all the different possibilities that we could pursue. And it becomes difficult because there is no end to it. It is never satisfied. It's never like, okay, let's close the loop. We're done exploring right now. It's like, no, let's just keep going because it could open up to another door and another door and another door. And that is exciting and fun for us, especially if it is character-driven exploration. Could be ourselves. It could be another character. But we want to put ourselves into all these different options, all these different possibilities, and see who would we become. Now, when we're talking about creating something, we have so many ideas for how it could go. One issue is that we see what it could be, and then we see that gap, what it's like right now and what it could be. And we're like, there's no way I can cross that. How do you slay a dragon? One attack at a time. One quest at a time. You don't just instantly portal jump from here to here. There's a whole process. And we don't want to do that. I don't think anybody necessarily wants to do that, but we really fight it. Because it's complex, because we don't know how to organize things, because we don't know if once we do it, is it going to be aligned with us? Like, if I make this choice, is this where I have to go? Am I going to be stuck in this roller coaster just going this direction forever? It can be kind of scary. Another reason why it's a struggle in the intuitive sense is because we feel fulfilled by exploring the ideas, by the imagination, the ideational space, not necessarily the creation, the physical, sensorial manifestation of it. We're like, ooh, I thought about it. That was fun. That was good. Whew, that was a good workout, you know? And then we just go jump into some other idea. And that can cause a lot of problems. Also, it's not linear. It's all over the place. And so it's hard to pick up all those pieces and put them together sometimes. But the real problem is there's a massive cost for not taking action. The older I get, I'm 40 now, I have 2 kids, I have this business to run. The longer I wait, the less time that I have, obviously, but also it's a waste. Like there's so much that we could all bring to the world, but we do have to take the actions on it. We have to commit to it in some way. And I know NPs don't like committing, not committing to an idea in our case, but once you do it and you start creating it, you get so much more momentum and satisfaction, even though it's scary, especially because it's scary. If it wasn't scary, then it's probably not worth doing. You know the context that I'm talking about here, okay? If it's like, I don't know if I should do this, it's going to put me way outside of my comfort zone. Should I share my art, my stories with other people? Should I make a video on YouTube? I don't know. that's the kind of sign that you should probably just do the thing and see what it's like. Because that's your future self saying, we could do this. There's potential in this. And it's talking to your current self saying, oh, I've never done it before. Well, of course you haven't done it before. If you'd already done it, then it wouldn't be a problem. Your mind is wired to create. You are a creative person, whether you believe it or not. When you are not creating, you are sacrificing part of your personality. And people who are fighting against their natural wiring, especially us as INFPs, we end up near tears, paralyzed, suffering from low self-esteem, and we usually give up entirely. And think about that as a pattern for the rest of your life. You don't want that. Every time you started to create something, you stopped yourself. You never shared your stories with the world, your creativity with the world. That's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for anybody that you could have impacted. So what can you do about it? Well, as I mentioned before, your extroverted intuition, NE, the explorer part of your personality type, loves innovating and craves exploration, craves novelty. The biggest hit of novelty that you can have is not exploring another idea, but actually doing something and then being in the impact of that. If you share your art, there are so many more possibilities that come out of that, more than just thinking about it. So reward yourself, give yourself the pleasure of new opportunities, new possibilities. Every creation leads to new possibilities, and that's exciting. Yes, you probably have to remind yourself of that. When you're afraid of doing it, when you're hesitating, when you're procrastinating, distracting yourself, you got to have that awareness. Without awareness, you can't do anything, right? But when you have that awareness, then you can just say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to reward the part of myself that wants to explore by giving them the endless opportunity to create new futures. And before you say, well, I'm a perfectionist, so I can't do it, imperfect action beats perfect inaction every time. It's really important just to take the action, just to do the thing. It's not going to be perfect. It can't be perfect. Nothing that you have ever done, I have ever done, we have ever done has been perfect. It's not there, and it can't be. And that's also part of the fun. Perfectionism is literally just waiting and giving yourself an excuse to not do something and pushing it off as, my standards are too high to do this thing. I haven't perfected it yet. I haven't mastered it yet, so I'm just not going to do it. Nobody masters it before doing it the first time or the first 1,000 times. I've made well over 1,000 videos posted. My son pooped. This is not a perfect video. It's not meant to be. It's supposed to be real, an authentic expression, and something that can help somebody else. So one actionable thing that you can do is to reduce your timeline. Whatever the deadline is for the thing, I'm going to write a book by the time that I die. Okay, you might want to cut that down to half, and then to half again, and maybe to half again. We can do so much more in a short amount of time than we really think that we can. And that short amount of time, you do that again and again and again, and then you have this body of work that is fulfilling, that's satisfying, that feels like you have been on purpose for your life. So if you give yourself a year, it's going to take a year, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. If you give yourself 3 months, then you'll find a way of doing it, especially because you have the Explorer. That thing can connect so many dots and find such a unique way of achieving whatever goal you have. But you really have to set that goal and hold yourself accountable to it. So remember that your ideas deserve to exist in the world, not just in your head.